Hi, my name is Rocco. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I work at AEON Meinohama School. What I love the most is that it looks exactly like my neighbourhood in Melbourne, Australia. I'm right next to a train station. I'm only 10 minutes away by train to the city. There is 4.2 restaurants to every 1,000 people in Fukuoka. That's second only to Tokyo. So for someone like me again, who loves to eat, it's fantastic. For a guy like me, I'm pretty big, so I was scared that the Japanese apartment was going to be a bit too small, but when I walked in, those fears just completely vanished. It was perfectly sized for me. There's enough room to move. The local community is really friendly, actually. Everyone stops and says hello, everyone's willing to help you out if you have any trouble. I've just recently joined 2 softball teams, so one in the morning on a Sunday and one at night, so my weekends are always full of something to do with the local community. So pretty much by train, it's right next to the apartment, so it's easy. And the trains are running late as well, much later than they do in Australia. And if that doesn't work, I always just cycle anywhere I want to go. So my responsibilities at the school would be what you expect. So your basic English teacher, teach them how to read, teach them how to write, assist them with work. Outside of school though, you have your student care, making sure they're always doing their homework, lobby talking with them, handing out flyers, and just maintaining the overall cleanliness of the school as well. My favorite part of the job is working with the kids. I love kids and I love getting them all rowdy and excited, and it makes me feel really good with them. Outside of the classroom, I like to give them fun bits of homework at the end. So I'll write down a funny expression or a funny phrase, some words, and I'll expect them to come in the next week and use them in class. I'll also let them watch some videos, recommend movies, and see if they pick up any of the words in there and use them in class as well. So in one of my Trails class, which is our AEON class for junior high students, I had a big class of 7 children, and one of the students was very quiet and didn't really do much of his work. So one of the weeks I went there and I started helping him day by day, week by week, and I noticed that he was improving substantially. He was going from words to sentence, sentence to paragraph, and then after that he would memorize and speak in front of the class very confidently, which made me feel really good as a person and as a teacher. Difficult and challenging would be adapting to the Japanese work culture and the work life here. It's not like in Australia or in a Western country where we have a little bit more freedom to do things, a little bit more grey. Japan is very regimented, so black and white. As long as you're doing the right thing, everything's good. If something wasn't as clear, you have to ask. So always check with that. I think the most important skill is English teaching, but in the sense of English teaching to someone who doesn't speak English as a first language. The things that would seem obvious to another native speaker aren't always the same for someone who's in Japan. Even if they are older, you have to be a little bit more careful and speak slowly with them. And I think I'm slowly learning that skill now. Well, I was still buzzing every day when I woke up and I realized that I was in Japan and working in a different country. Before initial training, I did have a bit of nerves, but after learning the ropes a bit, taking notes, which was super important, I realized that I was A-okay. I had no bad feelings after training. Training week was really full on, cram-packed with a lot of information, and we learned everything that we needed to move into the class really smoothly. The best thing that I ever did was taking notes. All those notes saved me so many times when I came into the class. After training, we always kept an open line of communication with all the other teachers that we did training with, also with our trainer. And when we got to the school, we had our head teacher, we had our manager show some support, and mainly the other foreign teachers were really good sources of information for any questions that we had.